What's going on, guys? So I'm going to be setting up a new filter for my 300-gallon pond, which is right behind me. And as you can see, this water is absolutely disgusting. And if you guys have been watching the channel for a while, you know that I've been struggling to keep this pond clean for a while. Every time I change out the filter, the pond stays clean probably for a couple of months before it starts getting green again. So hopefully I'll be able to clean out the water with this new filter I'm designing. I'm not going to do a water change at all. I want to see how good this filter is going to work out. Pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to set that little plank right there, and I'm going to put a bucket on top, and this bucket is going to be the filter. I'm going to fill it up with a bunch of things to filter the water. So the water is going to come out using the same pump that's running this filter right now. I'm going to put the hose all the way in the bottom. I'm going to put a bunch of lava rocks, a bunch of gravel and other filtering material in there to make sure all the gunk that comes in through the hose from the pump stays inside of the filter and only clean water comes out the top. So I bolted this in so that this wouldn't fall in. Obviously I don't want these rocks to fall in here and fall onto the turtles if whatever animal comes and pushes it along. So I screwed the bucket in there as well. Now what I want to do is put some water in here and make sure that this holds water and it's not leaking from the bottom. If it is leaking from the bottom, I'm just going to put some silicone there to cover it up and screw it back in, and it should be watertight after that. So I'm over here cleaning all the lava rocks that are going to be going in the bottom of the filter. And now that the water is coming out much clearer, that means that the rocks are clean. Now I got to start cleaning the gravel. I left the bucket here for about an hour and it looks like it didn't leak at all. I measured this in two ways. First of all, I could see the screw there with the hole. You can't see it too well, but there it is. You can see the screw right there, and you can see there's no water drops around it at all. And the other way is I just brought the water line to this little mark right here, and I could see that it didn't go down at all. I made this PVC piece. This is where the hose is gonna go. So you can see it has all the holes there for the water to come out. So I'm gonna put this in here and put all the rocks around it now. This is what the filter looks like right now. You can see it has all the big lava rocks in the bottom, and there it's just water. There's no rocks in there at all. So now the next step is the gravel. While I start cleaning the gravel, let's go adding the second layer of rocks. But before I do that, I want to add this little layer of mesh just to make sure that the rocks stay in the right layer and so that it could catch any leftover debris. Although for the most part, I don't think any debris is going to be going into this filter. There's the mesh. As you can see, it's not a big deal. There's some parts showing. It's just a little bit of an extra layer of protection. Not really necessary. But now to add the medium rocks. Now I'll just do the same thing again with this mesh as well. Now we're gonna add the really tiny rocks that are gonna be the strongest part of the filtration, but we need to start with the larger ones because if not, the filter is gonna get clogged up. So we wanna go larger, medium, or small. You don't really need the medium, but I just wanted to add medium because I had them available. So now let's just add the small gravel and then the plants. And there we go, our filter is complete. Now we just need to add the plants and turn it on. So we're gonna be adding mostly a lot of photos because I think that's what's gonna look the nicest. Here is the filter now. All I need to do now is put the hose in there and drill a hole in the front so that the water could come out, and then just start it up, and that's it. All right, here comes the water. I'm gonna go ahead and catch this because it has a bunch of trash in it now from when I cut it up. I'm just gonna let it run and we're gonna see how well this cleans the pond out. I wanted it to get really dark for me to do this little experiment since I wanted to switch out the filter. I just wanted to make sure that the best one came out. And I noticed that when the water first started coming out, it was dirtier than this. It's already looking a little bit cleaner just by having it on. And I also need to make a filter for this pond here. This pond would look so cool if the water was clear because I have a bunch of turtles in here and a bunch of fish. So we're hopefully going to do that if this filter goes well. So I'll get back to you guys when that water is finally crystal clear. All right, so here we go. The water is finally crystal clear. It's kind of hard to see because of the reflection, but you can see perfectly into the water already. And this actually took about a month to happen. The water was green literally until yesterday. Yesterday was already a little bit more clear. It was dark green for an entire month, and then in the past 2 or 3 days it started getting a little more clear, and then today it was already crystal clear. So looks good. As you can see, the water level is kind of low, and that's because I've been trying to just let it do its own thing. I didn't want to add any new water, so the only water that has been added to this pond is just rainwater, and that's why the water level is a little bit lower. I'm gonna fill it up now to the where it's supposed to be, which is this line right here. This is what the plants look like now. So you see all the old leaves pretty much died off. There's some that are still like semi-alive. They're like burnt off halfway through, like half dead but still green. And then you can see all the new leaves, and it definitely rooted very well in there. I was thinking of adding maybe a few more, but I'm gonna see how it develops. But anyways, as you can see, it worked out perfectly. The water is crystal clear. Now for the first time, I'm gonna clean out this filter. I'm gonna show you how it works and what it looks like after 2 months. Let's see how nasty this looks. All right, so in order to clean it, it's super simple. You get the hose, put this in here. I'm pretty much just inverting it so that it all comes out on the bottom. Look, there's little tadpoles in there. There you go. It wasn't too bad. And I don't know how, but it somehow managed to get even more clear than last time I recorded. Let me turn off the filter for a second so that I could show you the water when it's not moving. I'm gonna go ahead and put the GoPro in now, but let me just show you a little view from the top. This water looks so nice now. It's been a couple more weeks since last time that I showed you, and before it was clear, but the water still had a very faint green hue to it. Now I think it's completely crystal clear. If I put my hand in here, you could see it's absolutely crystal clear. It doesn't even look like there's water in my hands, but look how much there is. And now that it looks like this, I could finally add some aquatic plants. I'm also going to add some white gravel to make the turtles pop out more, because the albino obviously pops out, but the Indian spotteds hide very easily. And I know I promised you guys that I was going to put aquatic plants in here, but the thing is, every time I put it in here, these turtles always eat it right away. So I don't want to make a video and then, you know, in a week the pond is right back to normal. I want to hopefully have it set up that the plants are always here. So I got to just get a ton of plants and really go really hard with it so that hopefully they wouldn't be able to eat it before it grows. But I put duckweed in here, I put water lettuce in here, and I put another plant that I forgot the name, but I'm going to show you a picture of it right here that I really liked, but sadly none of it exists anymore. As you can see, no plants. I didn't actually see them eat it, but I imagine it was them eating it. If not, maybe the plants just didn't survive for some reason. But the fish are doing amazing, and the fish survive even if the water is green with no filter. They do really well. So everything looks great. It makes me so happy to finally see this pond clear. And the best part is that it was extremely green, so I don't expect it to ever go green again. But if it does, I guess I'll update you guys on the filter. So make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss that. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe, because in a few months I'm going to be doing the same type of video, except I'm probably going to show the process a little bit better and update you a little bit better, because last time I pretty much forgot about it until the water was crystal clear. So this time around I'm going to be doing, maybe, depends how much it changes, but every few days I'll probably do a little clip and show you guys how the water is doing so that you guys could see how the process really works. There we go. As you can see, the water is finally crystal clear. I really enjoyed the process, and I'm definitely going to be doing a lot of other ponds in the future now that I finally got it figured out. But that other pond is completely green, and I can't change the water on that because I have fish in there and all of them would die. Luckily, they're doing good. They have no filter or anything, but the fish and the turtles have been doing amazing for probably well over a year, or maybe even 2 years now. But it's time that we finally clear up that water, so make sure you guys like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and have a great day. Enjoy the underwater footage that I recorded earlier.